Hi guys. So today we are changing tone. We are focusing on restoration. We have this constant seesaw of stress and rest. And stress isn't necessarily a bad thing, but too much of it can wreak havoc in the body. And we need to pay attention to restoration, to slowing down, to activating our parasympathetic nervous system, our rest and digest. So that's what we're going to do now with this short sequence. I've got a couple of blocks. You can grab some really comfy pillows, and this is just about really feeling yummy in the pose and opening. We're particularly opening through the heart space, opening through the belly, opening through the hip flexors, and we're just going to be doing a number of poses and working and really focusing on the breath and slowing down. In particular today, I want you to try and focus on that exhale. If you can, breathing in and out through the nose, but if that's too much of a challenge, just focus on breathing, full stop. Just continue to breathe. And really, really focusing on extending that exhale. It's like the magic. It's where this, you'll feel it. You will feel it. It's where the magic happens. It's where you tap into that parasympathetic nervous system. Our rest and digest. Okay. So you're going to come down on your back. You can even do this one in bed, I think. Just grab some pillows. That feels good. So you're going to come onto your back, either wherever you are, onto the floor, and you're going to grab. I shouldn't have done that. You're not going to come down onto your back. You're going to grab a block and you're going to place it underneath your shoulder blades. So you can either have it on the lower setting or you can have it on this setting here. Then you can either have this underneath it, a block underneath your head or a pillow under your head, or you can do what I'm about to do, which is rest my head on my hands. So slowly, mindfully come over this block, placing the block around where, if you're a girl, your bra strap lies, or just underneath the shoulder blades. And you can have your knees bent to just bring a little bit more support. And then you either bring your head back and you can just rest it down there if that feels good. Or you can bring it on the block, as I said, or you can grab your hands and melt back to open through the chest as well. And if you're melting back here, then you can have with a block. I'm going to place a block under my head. So the options to do here is you cactus your arms, or you can bring them in a T, or you can bring them over your head. Have a little play and notice what feels the most like what your body needs right now. If you're like me and you've got your head on your hands, move that away, then you're in control. You can bring the elbows in as much as you need to. You can pull and lift the head, with your hands if you need to. Or you can just melt back over. And wherever you are now, close your eyes and try and find some stillness. Breathing space into the belly. Space into the heart. Breathing space into the shoulders. So the inhale creates that space, and the exhale melts you down even more. Let go. Surrender. Anchor yourself in this moment using your breath. Use its sound. Use its sensation. The quote which says, "The secret to happiness is simple. Be here now." And we spend so much of our life not being present, constantly doing, rushing from one thing to the next, never taking a moment to find much needed clarity, much needed focus. Often very much not checking in with ourselves, not checking in with our bodies. What do we actually need? Stay here for about 30 seconds or more. See where you can soften even more. Stay with your breath. Use it as an anchor. Thoughts will come in. Gently watch them like clouds. Let them go. And then a moment, you're really mindfully going to start to peel yourself up. So gently lift the head, gentle hug in with the belly to support you. And then coming onto your forearm. It can be quite intense to come out of this pose, so do take it easy. Peel yourself up. Remove the block from underneath your back. Keep it near you and come to lie on your back. Your legs were straight. Bend them now. Bring your feet in like you're going to lift into a bridge pose. And you are, but we're going to make this really supported. So again, you can have it on either level. You can even have it on the third level, but this isn't, you want to melt into this pose. There's not any effort. So I'm going to have it on the second level. And just place it underneath the sacrum. So that flat bony part on the bottom of your spine. And as I said, like this should feel like, oh yeah, this should feel nice. Like you're melting down over the block. And full permission to let go. You can maybe bring a hand to the heart, hand to the belly. Or just bring your hands alongside you. Eyes are closed. And take a little scan of your body. Where are you holding on to tension that you can let go of? Very often, it's in the belly. Maybe even in the pelvic floor. We keep them lifted, we keep them hugging in a lot during the day. And even I do it when I don't realize. I just think, oh God, I'm not actually holding my belly in and I'm not even realizing it. And it is really important to be able to fully release and let go. Another way to add on to this pose, as long as your block isn't too high, you can stretch the legs out. And what this will do, hopefully it will feel nice. If it's too much, just bend the knees again and go back to where we were before. You should feel this really nice opening through the hip flexors. So you still want to keep gently pushing that sacrum down onto the block. And just feel that release through the hips. Stay with your breath. Remember that challenge of extending that exhale as much as you can. Each exhale melts you down that little bit more. Find that release. So let's take 2 more breaths here together. Inhale, belly rises. Chest expands. All the way up to the heart. And exhale slowly, mindfully. Release. Last time, big breath in. Let it go. Your legs are straight. Gently walk them towards you now. Round down through the feet, lift the hips, and remove the block from underneath you. So grabbing, lost my block. Grabbing both blocks now. If you have pillows, this can be such a nice one to really prop yourself up. So if you have pillows, bring one underneath your head, maybe even underneath the arms. We're coming into Supta Balasana. So the soles of the feet go together. They can come really far away from you. Basically check into what feels good. And then bring your blocks underneath the thighs. So basically you can fully release down. There's no kind of gravity pulling you down. And you can play around with where they feel good. Remember, you can always shift them as we lie here. And again, you can bring your hand to the belly or the heart, or your fingers alongside you, palms facing up. Curl those fingers in naturally. And the challenge for some people can be slowing down. A lot comes up, and it's like when you start a meditation practice, it can be really overwhelming. A lot can come up, and it can feel too much because it's like detoxing. That's what it feels like. try and sit with your thoughts and know if you're lying here and thoughts are really coming in, remembering what you have to do and what you haven't done or what you need to do later. Just know each time you recognize that, you recognize your thoughts are taking over, that's mindfulness. Gently bring yourself back to the now and let that thought float away. Notice if your chin is pointing up, can you lengthen through the back of your neck? Do a little scan. Where are you holding on to you can let go of even more? And again, bring your focus onto that exhale. How slow, stable, mindful can you let it be? Can you extend it even more? Couple more breaths here before we slowly inch our way out. When you're ready, slowly use your hands to bring your knees in towards each other. Remove the blocks over to the side. And we're going to come to the final posture, which is legs up the wall. 2 options. And you can always do both options if you want a little bit extra time. Just pause the video. Now, if you have a pillow, you can bring it underneath your sacrum. That can feel quite nice. But you're going to head over to a wall. And then you're going to bring your hips close to the wall. And bring your legs straight up. Actually, the first one we're going to do is we're going to do legs wide open. So you're going to straddle the legs. Flex the feet. So I'm right up against the wall. And I'm not going into this stretch 100% at all. This is probably about 50%. So I urge you to go into about 50%. Don't go to your max and breathe into it. Maybe you decide, actually, I'm just going to stay here. Or maybe the longer you breathe, the longer you release and melt down, you slowly inch yourself a little bit further. And then a little bit further still. So inching yourself maybe a little bit further. Lengthening through the back of the neck. If this doesn't feel good, you can bring the legs straight up against the wall and just have a longer time there. Thoughts will come in 10, 20, 30 times maybe. Simply let them go. How much can you extend, lengthen the breath? Where can you release that you're holding on to? Now I invite you to spend as long as you have here with your legs up the wall, maybe gently moving them up towards each other if you're ready to, and spend 5, 10, 15 minutes if you have it here. The benefits of this pose are huge. Things like they help calm our nervous system, calm the mind, bring balance to the body, Helps to detoxify the body, draining fluid out the legs. And as you lie here and breathe, just notice how you feel. Keep that connection and then take it with you into your day. I really hope you've enjoyed this lovely nourishing class, guys. I'll see you on the mats again soon.